Arizona stole from him.
Arizona stole the Medicaid. Now that's what we're getting to here. Now you've sued him. He's been on television. You've sued the pharmaceutical companies. You won, and what happened then? It wasn't like they just went away and left him alone to recover, and he did recover. He wrote a book. He was giving speaking engagements. He was talking to Vietnam vets.
Yeah.
And what happened then? Suddenly he was locked up again?
Yeah, he was. He was. 3 times in Colorado Springs. And then this last time took the toll. What happened was I pulled into an emergency room because Mark was acting like he was having seizures.
Now wait a minute. No. I'm talking. Wait. No. Wait. First of all, tell me about that happened in Arizona when you came through here to see me after you'd been on my show, and I almost feel a little bit guilty about that. But tell me what happened in Colorado. Why did he get picked up in Colorado? How did he get put in? And they were giving him Haldol. I've got these medical records here. They gave him Haldol. And Donna, they tried to put me on that. They kept me on that for 3 months. They tried to destroy my mind. They told my family to get long-term care. And so tell me. What happened in Colorado? Why did they pick him up there? Why would they pick up a kid in a mall, that is as well known as Mark was at that time?
Well, I believe it's to hush him up. What else? I ran across a psychiatrist here, and she said that it was all planned, that Mark did nothing wrong, and that they were doing that to him. And if she was me, she would leave town with him. Well, I'm telling you, I don't know what they gave him. Really, I don't. Other than Haldol, they might have given him other things. We don't know. You know what I mean? And the thing is, once they're on these drugs, you don't know, how to get them off. And so I'm hoping that we have a person that can help us get him off. Now, I hope we have the right people helping us. I don't know.
How long was he held? How long was he held in Colorado when they put him in someplace? And again, what excuse did they use to put him in a medical facility in Colorado? What was their excuse?
Well, the excuse here was different than the excuse in Arizona. They said he threatened the bookstore, which he never did. He said he was set up. That was a lie. Somebody accused him of something in the bookstore, and they come over and pick him up and put him in there. I thought you had, here you're accused of something guilty. You're guilty, and then they put you away.
That's
right. With no court, mind you. You don't go to court over it. You have no right to defend yourself. They just stick you in there.
Because one doctor says, or one medical professional says, there's something now, and this is exactly what they did to him in Arizona. Now you got him out, and you went to New Mexico, and I got to meet you in New Mexico.
Right.
You were on my show. You were on my show a couple of times in New Mexico.
Right.
You came through Arizona to see me.
Well, the thing is, the reason why we left Mexico, we were going to stay there. You know why? We had a methane gas leak unexpectedly. Isn't that strange? And then my brother he has terrible sickness from it, and I thought I was going to lose my brother from that. And we left because New Mexico couldn't help my brother. They didn't know anything about what it's like to get sick with methane gas. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
They didn't know how to treat it.
When you came through here, you were with your brother, who was ill, and Mark was ill, and you probably were too a bit.
Probably.
From this methane gas leak, and that's documented too. That's documented. I've got the paperwork here.
Yeah, I have the paper for that.
Okay.
I have the paperwork, and that's from the, I got that from the inspector's office, that there was a gas leak in the house.
So when you came here to see me, Mark was fine. We talked, shook hands, and doing fine.
He was doing fine for periods of time, Clay, but shortly afterwards he wasn't doing too well, and I thought maybe it was from the gas leak or it's from the damn medications they put him on, and I asked specifically to get him off of them. And did they do that? No, they kept him there. Politically, they kept him there.
Now, do you think you had just been on my show, and I'd even probably mentioned on my show that I was meeting you here, that you had come here?
Yeah.
So, I have had FBI agents show up at guest houses saying, "Why are you going to be on Clay Douglas's show?"
Uh-huh.
So, and obviously, in our chat room here, we've got these old these trolls here that are cussing me out and calling me names, and while we're trying to do a show about Columbine. And I had the same thing happen to us when we did a show about Waco. If you go to my website now, folks, you can also see what happened at Waco and see why I've done what I've done, why I have people like Donna Taylor on, because the American people need to know what's happening to them. And these pharmaceutical companies got a 25,000% markup on the drugs that they're feeding you, and they're making you taxpayers pay for this. So the thought occurred to me, Donna, that maybe they knew you were here, and somebody was monitoring your travels.
I think so. We were on the news there, Before he was put in, they put him on the news. There.
So they put him on the news before he went into the hospital, but after he went in the hospital, I talked to you. I said, go to the television stations, go to the radio stations, go to the FBI, go to the sheriff's department, tell him he's been kidnapped. And you tried to do that, didn't you?
They would not listen. Nobody would listen. Nobody cared.
And they didn't have you.
Nobody cared.
And this is after he was on television?
That's right.
In Phoenix.
That's right.
In Phoenix. So he was on television. So of course they knew he was there. And then suddenly, how did they do it? How did they do this? I mean, you went to the emergency room to get him, but he wasn't in the emergency room anymore? What happened? Tell us.
No, I took him to the emergency room so that I could find out what's wrong with Mark, if they could get him off the antidepressants. And I told them that we had a gas leak and that Mark was not feeling well, and could we please help him come off the drugs and find out what the gas leak might have done to him. They did neither one that I asked for. They did what they wanted to do, okay? They put him in there and drugged him.
So for almost a year, he was...
Oh, and by the way, they want to say that I'm mental, too. So they could put me in there.
How did they do that? How did that transpire?
Well, it transpired through the court thing, getting him out of Arizona when I hired Wesley Hoyt. That's how it happened. It was in the court papers that I was mentally ill.
For wanting your son off of drugs and out.
Absolutely. I'm crazy as far as they're concerned.
Now, you tried to find a lawyer in Arizona, didn't you?
I sure did. Couldn't find one. So I ran across Wesley Hoyt.
Wesley was on my show. He is also the lawyer for Cindy Steele, Edgar Steele's wife. Another guest of mine on my show for many, many years. And they framed him for some kind of for hiring a hitman who worked for the FBI, and went in and put him in. But at any rate, I found Wesley. He came on my show, and I told him about you, and he stepped up to the plate, and he did his job.
That's right. He got a hold of an attorney in Candace Hunter.
Candace Hunter,
Arizona,
yes.
And she helped him in us. Now, he had to have an attorney in Arizona to help us because he practices out of Colorado. So, anyway, it worked. He got the right people.
And I went up there
I couldn't get nothing done. It was all a closed door when I was there.
I went up there and I got to see Mark. Is he up? Is he awake? Can he come on and say hello to me?
Hang on a second. Let me check. Clay, I can't get him to talk this morning. He must be going through something again.
Okay, all right.
And he has so freely been able to talk in the past, and now I think he feels like he can't talk because of what happened.
And what is this? What drug do they have him on now? I sent you an email with the information about that drug that they've got him on. And what they're telling you, what the pharmaceutical companies are telling you, is that we can't take him off that drug. We can't take him off that right away. We can't do that. We gotta take it real slow. We gotta keep giving him this drug. Is that basically what the medical facilities are telling you?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, no, not in Colorado. Here in Colorado, it's a different story. By the way, he's on clozapine. 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 400 milligrams. And so far in Colorado, I don't find any doctors that want to prescribe it. The ones I've had to go see.
Why don't they want to prescribe it?
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That was the information.
And this drug is supposed to be given to people that are murderers. He's not a murderer. He almost got murdered in Columbine, but he's not a murderer. You see what they've done? They've drugged him for 3 different times in hospitals, and then they go to the heavier one. And you know what? They almost had him as a ward of the state in Arizona. Until thank God for Wesley. Wait. I would have lost my son.
Yeah, let me share this with our audience here. The antipsychotic drugs are used to treat symptoms of psychiatric disorders such as schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. And says here, clozapine can cause a serious blood condition. Your doctor will order certain lab tests before you start your treatment. A program has been set up by the manufacturer of clozapine to be sure that people do not take clozapine without the necessary monitoring. Clozapine may cause seizures. Do not drive a car, operate machinery, swim, climb while taking clozapine, because if you suddenly lose consciousness, you can harm yourself and others. Clozapine may cause the swelling of the heart muscles. If you experience any of the following symptoms: extreme tiredness, difficulty breathing, fast breathing, fever, chest pain, fast, irregular, or pounding heartbeat, it may cause dizziness, lightheaded, fainting when you stand up. Doesn't sound that good, does it?
No. and it shouldn't be on the market.
It's not approved by the Food and Drug Administration for the treatment of behavior problems in older adults with dementia.
Mm-hmm. And why they're drugging innocent people that don't need to be drugged?
Well, that's really the problem, isn't it?
You know, the way I look at it, Clay, is the stuff shouldn't be on the market at all. It's a danger to everyone else around the person that's on it. Okay? With those kind of side effects, why in the earth would somebody want to take it? But you know what, Douglas? I don't have a choice because they stuck him on it until I can figure out how we're going to get him off.
Now, what is you've got Wesley's got a doctor. You've got an apartment now. You've got an apartment in the Denver area, and we won't give any locations. In the thing is, you need money for the doctor. You need money for the attorneys. Yeah. You need money for the medical care. And we're trying to raise that. We're trying to tell people about you. We're trying to do this show.
Sure would appreciate help, and I want everyone to know. I've heard it from everybody because they listen to the news too much. Okay, they think, oh wow, Mark got $170,000. Wow. Well, what they didn't forget is we spent $130,000 doing the drug company. We spent a lot of money on the road exposing the truth. Okay. And all Mark owns is a vehicle, and his vehicle needs a transmission right now. That's all he owns. We gave ourselves up to the... We exposed because we cared.
That's right. Okay. You cared.
And the news has indoctrinated and brainwashed people and make them think, oh my God, they got plenty of money. I've got so many friends that could tell you I have been struggling ever since I sued the drug company. And you know what, Clay? Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
I wish we never did it because people don't care anymore. They want to be on the drugs anyway. I wish we never even did it.
That's right. They don't care. I mean, they want their drugs. I mean, my mother and my grandmother were drug addicts. We went to the doctor. I went with them when I was 4 or 5 years old. I went to the doctor with them every week. Mm-hmm. I thought my grandmother was just old and feeble until I took one of her Reds, one of her sleeping pills.
Right. So you know what's going on, right?
Oh, yes.
I don't know why I even thought about doing that, because Mark and I could have had a lot better life than what we've gone through because of this.
You know, it's...
But you know what, Douglas? There probably wouldn't even be a black warning label on the drugs, so... Had we not done it.
Well...
So,
you know,
I guess people don't know. Most people. I'm not going to condemn everybody. Some people have woke up, and are doing healthy eating and taking care of themselves. Now I'm not doing that. But I'm telling you, the main thing, Clay. Most people haven't woke up yet.
And they don't want to. I was just talking about the chemtrails. They're poisoning us with the chemtrails. I had Anthony Hilder on. He's got a couple of more videos out about them. I came out with the first chemtrail video. And they're spraying, we found out they're spraying aluminum and barium. That means they're spraying radiation and aluminum. And they're warning you not to eat the snow on the top of Mount Shasta or Mount Rainier. Mm-hmm. And nobody cares. I mean, I had it on the cover. I had a movie on it. I had it on the magazine, and I was in Phoenix and at a flea market, and they started spraying about 6 o'clock in the morning. By noon, the whole sky, it was a beautiful cloudless day in Arizona, and as the day progressed, It was suddenly it became a cloudy day.
Yeah.
And I kept telling people, now, folks, this issue of the magazine is about what's happening right now. Look up, look up, look up. Nobody would look up. And that's what you're faced with here. No, suddenly your son is taken from you. He's put in a medical institution. They said what? He's severely disabled because he went in for poisoning?
Yeah. Right, after they poisoned him. Mm-hmm.
Now, tell me, Wesley got involved with you and Candace Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
They both stepped up to the plate. Now, Wesley is going after this pharmaceutical. Magellan Pharmaceuticals, or Magellan Medical, is the company that was behind this.
He's already caught them in so many lies. Already. Basically, he's caught them in a ton of lies. So I don't know. I guess they don't know how to stay straight or something. He caught them in lies. And I don't think they expected me to get an attorney the last minute. That kind of shocked them all, I think.
That's,
Thank you, Douglas, for getting Wesley for his point.
Well, it's just what we have to do. You know, it's what we have to do.
Yeah, I don't think it's right what we've been through or what other families have been through, Douglas. I mean, Douglas Clay. You know what I mean?
That's all right. I got 3 first names, you know.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's right that. Look, I'm gonna look at it this way. People want the drugs, then let them sign for it and get it. But don't give it to people that don't understand what they're taking.
Every other commercial, 20 years ago, they couldn't do this in this country. They couldn't advertise the drugs. Today, every other commercial on television is for the pharmaceutical companies.
Right. And you want to think about this too. Did Adolf Hitler do the same thing? Didn't he drug his people?
I wasn't there, so I have no first-hand experience in it. I do have
Dr.
first-hand.
Ann has written a book about it. If you look at Prozac, Panacea, or Pandora, she has it in her book. That's to gain control, to hush people up so they don't care and get control.
In Germany, they developed the use of fluoride to keep the people passive.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And that's what the drugs are too. I mean, you know, they tried to feed me Valium. I said, "Are you crazy?" I mean, you know, well, you were one mean sucker. You know, where you remember you pulled pictures off the wall and hit us over the head with them. That should have been a clue to you.
Yeah.
That should have been a clue to you. You had me on the wrong medication.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So. Now, how is Mark doing? Now, what have you? What has the doctor said? How does the doctor doesn't want to give him this clozapine? So what does the doctor want to do to make sure he doesn't have any adverse effects from the removal of this drug?
I don't have any idea yet. I'm trying to get to see a doctor. I'm supposed to call one today that Wesley got for me. I have no clue. All I know is I need to get help, and I do not have Mark's Medicare back yet made.
Now, how did Arizona got his Medicare? He's not there anymore. He's not a member, and they're still keeping it. What does Wesley say about that?
Didn't get it back yet. Well, they don't answer the question. They pretend like, well, they take their time giving it back too. By the way, they take their time. They held my brother's card there for months. When he came back to Colorado, he couldn't get any bills paid for months because they wouldn't give it back. Don't know what the corruption's all about down there.
You,
Could be they're using the card for money. Could be. We don't know.
so, I mean, this has been your case has been kind of mind-boggling to me. You know, I mean, I just have a real hard. If I hadn't gone through this personally myself, I would have a hard time believing that this could happen in America. I mean, this isn't America, but I felt the same way about what happened at Waco. Yesterday was the anniversary of the Waco tragedy, and this whole Columbine tragedy being the day after April 19th is kind of strange in itself, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, I think it's strange. Isn't that something? All the times that something happens, it's in a strange date and time. I think it is. And if you notice driving down the road anymore, it seems like the people that are driving behind wheels anymore don't even care how they drive either, do they?
What does Mark? Does Mark? How is he? Is he reacting? Are you still? Is he still on the medication? And
Yeah.
is that why he doesn't? He's doesn't want to talk.
There's times he does that.
Okay. Does he have any plans? Does he have any? You know, is he capable of looking to the future or deciding what he wants to do? He's what, 27 now?
Quite capable if they can get him off the drugs and get some counseling from the damage that he's gone through again. Sorry.
That's all right. Now you've got an apartment here. You've got an apartment, and Wesley should be able to go after the whole state of Arizona. Whoever is taking his Social Security, that's just nothing. That's nothing but outright theft in my book.
Huh. Well, also it stops him from seeing anybody if you don't have money, doesn't it?
That's right.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah,
We don't have any reason to lie. We've been through too much, and I'm tired of the news lying, saying that we're doing fine, that the families are doing great, that there is no problems, lying to the public that none of the victims are in mental institutions, lying to the public that they're not drugged. You know what I mean?
All right, hold on, just hold on, just
not
a second.
telling the truth. They don't want to tell the truth. Okay.
All right, hold on just a second here. Hold on just a second.